Good morning, guys. We are on day 5 of 31 Days of Different. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I am enjoying doing this for you and with you. So today we're going to get a little personal. And I know for some of you guys, you're like, oh, really? But you get personal all the time. Everything that you post, I think, is too much information and it's too personal. What's up with that, Lisa? But so today it's actually going to be a more serious one. And okay. I have to make it through this. I have to. Okay, I'm nervous. I'm excited. A little sad, but I can make it through this. I promise. I promise. And I have to do this. This has to be my only... I've already tried this like 5 times and I haven't made it through it. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about a very amazing man that was in my life for just a short amount of time, but completely changed my life. And so much to the point where I completely fell in love and I was swept off my feet and stuff happened and he is no longer with us. So today I'm going to talk about Matt. Matthew Miller was the love of my life. Obviously way before I met Jimmy, because now he's the love of my life. And anyways. But the reason why I'm talking about Matt is because tragedy happened and Matt sadly died of an overdose on the day that we had actually set to get married. Not on the day that we were supposed to get married. Like, I didn't go out and buy a dress or anything like that. We had already broken up by that point. But it was actually on October 21st, and that was the day that we had decided that we were going to get married. But let me just talk about Matt really quick. Let me bring this up and bring it happy. Okay, so whenever I was dating this one guy named Adam, Matt actually told him at one point, no, Lisa needs to be with a real man. Real man. You guys can't see me. I'm like way over here. Real man. And he was like, yeah, whatever. Well, I remember talking to him on the phone. It was right after I did April's hair. I manic panicked her hair blue and green for, I think it was a System of a Down concert. I think, maybe. And I was completely covered in hair color. My clothes were all baggy. And he was like, come on over and whatever. And I remember walking in there and he was just sitting there and he smelled so good. He smelled like cool water. And he was wearing this really awesome blue and white plaid shirt. And I want to say he was wearing jean shorts, or maybe they were khaki shorts. Anyways, but he was just sitting there and I was just like, like, who is this very, very hot man sitting on this couch? Like, oh my goodness, like I couldn't contain it. I was just like, hi, yeah, hi, who are you? Like, I felt like a little teenage girl all over again. Apparently he was feeling the same way. Anyways, so our first date, we went to go see the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, which is one reason why now I don't watch it. I can't stand that movie. It's very creepy. And I just remember sitting in the theater thinking the entire time, okay, this guy's really hot, but I'm totally not enjoying this movie. Like, I love the Willy Wonka, the original, too much. But anyway, so Matt and I dated, and we fell in love very, very quickly. I moved in with him, and my best friend April, she was, and she still is, actually dating his brother. And I remember we'd wake up at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I'd be like, man, I'm wide awake. I wonder if April's up. And she'd be like sitting out in the living room watching TV. And I'm like, hey, you want to go to Walmart? So we'd go to Walmart at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Man, that was probably we probably did that 2, 3, 4 times a week. And they'd wake up and they'd be like, where'd these bags come from? You know, like, what happened? Like, I don't remember buying this stuff and whatever. And I'm like, oh, you know, no clue what you're talking about. What bags? We don't know of any bags. And they finally caught on that we were leaving. That's kind of sad that they slept through all of that. But Matt and I we did get engaged, and I still actually have the ring. And it's missing one of them. But here, I hope that this thing focuses for you guys. Probably won't. But this is my engagement ring. And he never got down on one knee or anything. It was just kind of like a mutual agreement that we were going to get married. And for Christmas, he gave me this necklace, this charm, and it's so tarnished and I need to fix it. But he gave me this, and he gave it to me very, very late. This thing is not focusing. Still trying to find my face. But he gave it to me very, very late. And I remember being so angry that he didn't give it to me on Christmas, because I was like, dude, what's going on here? Like, I knew what was going on. I knew. But unfortunately, Matt had a drug problem. Matt had been through rehab twice, maybe 3 times before I had met him. And we had lengthy conversations about everything, you know, about addiction and about just about different things in general and stuff like that. And Matt noticed a few things going on in my family, and he was like, you know, you guys really need to get that under control. So that's under control now. And Matt, this is where I'm going to have a hard time making it. Matt was an absolutely amazing man. But let me tell you what, whenever drugs are involved, sometimes love just really is not enough. The drugs can have a hold of somebody so much more than what your love could possibly have. Matt loved me so much, and he would do absolutely anything for me. But unfortunately, the drugs had more of a hold of him than I did. And I don't mean for that to sound like, oh, I've got the grips on him. Oh, I'm going to control him. No. I let Matt be free. I let Matt do what he wanted to in life. I let him go. And the day that I got the phone call that Matt had passed away was during, I think it was the 24 or 48 hours of Ocala Speedway. And I will never, ever, ever forget that. Getting that phone call and dropping the phone, screaming, my dad rushing into my bedroom. April's on the other end of the phone still. And my dad's like, hello? And she told him what happened. And he was like, oh my. And we both agreed, all three of us, and we called my brother immediately and told him what was going on. And I believe he called Mama Cindy and told her. So, but we all agreed that I had to go back to the Speedway because that would be what Matt would want. He wanted me to be there. He knew how much I was looking forward to it because we were still friends after we broke up. It was hard. It was very hard knowing that that day I was already there trying to get my mind off the fact that that was supposed to be my wedding day. And then having that happen on top of it. It was very, very hard. The funeral was even harder. Having people stand up. Crap, I'm not gonna make it. Having people stand up and constantly say, oh yeah, and then Matt met this girl and he turned into a little teenage boy. He was always so giddy, and anytime that anybody would even mention her name or anything about her, he would just light up. And having people, having people get up and say that, knowing that I'm sitting there, it was so hard. It was so, so hard. And so I felt like I owed it to Matt to stand up. My brother, bless his heart, my brother went with me. And I couldn't have gone without him. My brother held me through that like crazy. I got up and I'm like, hi, I'm Lisa. And I was super nervous. And I'm like, I'm the girl that all of you guys were talking about. And all of a sudden you heard, and then you could have heard a pin drop after that. And everybody was on me. Everybody's eyes were on me. Not really the attention that I wanted. But it was so nice to have that closure and to experience things and to experience life and to experience love. And Matt will always, 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 always be a part of me. Always. Thankfully, my husband is an amazing, absolutely amazing man. Absolutely amazing. Whenever I met Jimmy, I'm like, listen, I've been burned. I've been hurt so many times. I was already engaged once. My heart cannot take any more of this. And anytime that Jimmy starts to feel bad, or, he's like, oh, I need to lose weight. And I constantly have dreams about Jimmy having a heart attack and dying. And I wake up and I'm like, I cannot lose you. I've already lost one love of my life. I cannot lose the one that was given to me. And funny part is that this is where it's so cool. Whenever Jimmy and I started dating, I was actually at his house to get my mind off of the fact that it had been 1 year since Matt passed away. So I was at his house on October 21st, and Jimmy asked me out. And so I felt like that was Matt's way of saying, it's okay. Time to move on. This is who you're supposed to be with. And I told Jimmy about that after, it was like maybe a month or two later. And he was just like, well, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool that you have experienced this, and that you've gone through life, and that you've learned and you've lived and you've done stuff that he hadn't done before. He was so understanding and so accepting, and he has absolutely no problem with me talking about Matt. He has no problem with me, talking to his mom. He has no problem with any part of my past, because Jimmy knows that Jimmy is my future, and that he is the one that I sleep next to every night. Well, most nights, because some nights I sleep on the couch or in the closet. But he's the one that I have his last name, and he's the one that makes me happy. If it wasn't for Matt passing away, I would have never found Jimmy. Never. I would have never been at his house. I would have never have had Chloe in my life. I would have never have had any of these amazing people, any of these awesome cousins, or anything like that. I would have never have known how strong I was if it wasn't for Matt. Matt changed my life completely. But listen, I gotta get serious with you guys again. If you or somebody is on drugs and needs help, please seek help. There's always somebody there. There's always somebody that you can talk to. There is always hotlines that you can call. If you've ever thought about suicide or anything like that, please call somebody. Please seek help. Please get that person help. You never know what you could do. You never know what type of influence you could have in somebody's life. Please, I am absolutely begging you, please seek help. Please don't let drugs ruin your life. Just please don't. We've lost so many people in our lives to drugs, and it's a sad, sad thing, and it's a terrible thing to get addicted to, and it's a terrible thing to get into. I will always cherish the memories that I had with Matt, and the people that were with Matt, and all the amazing times that I've had. I will always, always love Matt. But please, get help. There's always somebody. There's always, always, always somebody. Always somebody. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. And this video is very long, but it came from my heart. And this makes up for those times where I'm like, oh yeah, this is about me. So there you go. And it's only like 30 seconds long. All right. So there you go. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday. I got to get ready for work, which all I have to do is change, because I'm already like, my hair's already done. My makeup's already done. I probably got to touch it up because of my tears. But that's okay. I can do that because I'm going to have a great day today. And you are too. You're going to have a good week today. And remember, if it's not okay, it's not the end. Because in the end, it'll all be okay. I promise. Just remember that. Somebody out there loves you. I probably love you. Probably. I love most people. That's just who I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes the tears stream down from my face, though. That's what makes me awesome. You guys have a good day. Bye.